Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608, and today I am playing StarMade. And here is I keep calling it a battleship, but it might be beyond the scope of what I usually limit for battleships. Anyway, I think as this ship takes ship shape, this is going to be a wide, long ship instead of a tall one, I think. Let's see, because we're 155 meters wide already, and 207 long, and 228 tall, but that's at least, what, 50... 228... Oh, I have no elements selected. Yeah, 128. That's almost 50 less, so it's like 150, 150. 128 minus 50 is not 150, it's like 50 meters tall. 80 meters tall? Yeah, about 80 meters tall. Plus, actually, don't think we're going to go much past this for the docks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that should probably be fine for hangars and all that jazz. So this is going to be a wide, shallow, long ship. I don't usually make wide, shallow, long ships. I usually make them tall and long, not usually so wide. Well, something new. Anyway, let me show off what I've done in the interim. I have done a little work, and I've fixed light. I've spent a long time tracking down and fixing lighting. Also, when you turn on the code red, somehow I had a gravity block linked to it, so I was getting thrown into gravity. So I had to track that down. It was a rogue block somewhere in the crew quarters. And this way is the science lab. And you can tell it is a very open science lab. In fact, let's close that door. And this way to medical. And again, I have one of these doors. Now, these doors close automatically on lockdown. So they sort of function as lockdown doors, except they can be opened and... Well, I guess they can't be opened in lockdown, but we'll look at that in a minute. Then I have a transporter room and an ER room, which is my basic mid-bay. This might be edited, so it's an actual ER room. I put the ER room here outside of the rest of the medical bay, because this is where the transporter is, so you can immediately get them help. I also did not wire this door with the lockdown. Several of my doors, blast doors, are shut when lockdown or code red. Was it lockdown or code red? Lockdown goes into effect. That one doesn't. Then I have a lockdown door that takes us into the reception area for the medical. I'm going to poke a hole here and here. One of them is going to go, probably this way, is going to go off to rooms, medical rooms. And this one probably go off to a doctor's segment and maybe even a few bunks for the medical staff so they can live down here right in the hospital area. And like an operating theater and examination rooms that way. And here's the receptionist desk. She has a nice big monitor for information and a big activation switch, which activates lockdown. So I figured this would be an excellent place for lockdown. The doctor says, "Oh no, it's gotten loose." So she or he. I just assumed the receptionist was female. Anyway, the receptionist hits the button and closes the door. That also locks down these doors, but they don't reopen once lockdown comes off. You'll have to actually open them up again. So that's another layer of security. Because if you don't have permission, you can't open this block. By open this block, I mean use this button. Alright, so that's basically what I've done. Oh, not all of it, though, because I took On this side, where am I? On this side, I made a really, really long hallway. Why did you make a really, really long hallway? Because I wanted it to line up with this slope here, and because this side is going to be offices and probably system probably actually never going to stick in engineering, but offices. And I wanted this hallway to terminate with the captain's office, and I wanted it to have a window. So I needed to line this up good. The office space isn't going to take up a lot of, well, space. Anyway, so that leaves all this room for engineering and for hangars. For hangars, I would like to have some rear hangars like I've done on the frigates in the past. Have a couple, well, probably several box hangars that I have for shuttles and utility craft and things of that nature. Then up front, have a larger hangar for larger vessels, drop ships, maybe a handful of fighters, something like that. And then have my big guns up front. I've been watching the Clone Wars. Yes, both Clone Wars. The animated and the CGI. And actually been binge watching it with my dad. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, and I've been looking at the Clone Wars Star Destroyers. The Venator? Venator? Is it Venator? I always go to say that word, and I can't remember if it's a Venator. Anyway, the Clone Wars Star Destroyers, I really like that top hangar. I want to see if I can replicate something like this. Maybe have the blast doors or something, so you come down into the top to use the hangar. As opposed to, I believe in the past I've had through hangars. Actually, let's see if this is a B12. And let's admin load the old Battleship. And let's crash the game. Go. Let's get out of gravity. Wow, those are some ugly engines. I want to do better this time with my engines. Did I get in the door? I got in the door. So, this is the old Battleship. Taking a lot of elements from it. My switchboard, my, oh yeah, I had individual locks on this, didn't I? Ooh, I do want blast doors on my bridge. That would be nice. Need to remember that. Quarantine, brig alarm, total ship lockdown, which I don't remember what that did. Oh, you had to toggle that up back on. But this is sort of one I want to go with my new one. Have better than whatever that is. And have maybe a few of these hangars along the back. And then not this. This big pass-through hangar with all these fighters in it, which I believe was actually 2 full wings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2 wings of Mantis fighters. I don't really plan on having my new one a fighter. And I had this big thing down here that I wanted to eventually use for. Oh wow, that's chunky. Use for something. Oh, a hangar bay. Never got around to a cargo bay, hangar bay. But instead, I want to integrate it so have something like this, except on the top of here. Maybe make it wider. Because if I recall in the show, the Clone Wars show, you had something like this, a hallway, then another one of these across, the big door on the top. I want to see, maybe not replicating that exactly, but I like the feel of that. Or the look, at least, of it. Let's pop out and go back to my main ship. I do not have the wherewithal to move this vessel. Actually, no, I want to get below the sun. And below the sun, there's no sun. Yeah, but even in void sectors, it pretends there's a sun for lighting. Alright. Probably gonna rip this I don't know if I need to rip this. Probably fling this further this way. So, engineering, let's see. Lots of living quarters here slung back this way. I might take engineering and sling it back this up forward toward closer toward the systems themselves. And then have hangars go backwards and forward and have a train system running down the middle, and also access hallways so you could walk it in case the trains are down. There's something else I did. I extended this, the hub level, and put this big empty room in it. I know, it's a work of majesty, marveling, and all that jazz. It's a big empty room. I think maybe like a common area type thing. His guest quarters are going to be here. I'm thinking maybe a reading room or something for guests to entertain themselves, a waiting room basically. Then I'd like a garden here that also works as a oxygen generation. As typically the 608 oxygen generation systems have been. Is that light on? Okay, there we go. Have been trees. So I have a nice garden here with a nice glass dome. Also, a little nature kind of help the crew. The trees and stuff make people happy, I think. Well, trees make me happy unless I'm playing Factorio, then they make me angry. So I think I have a plan. Definitely gonna need to work on it. But Rome wasn't built in a day. So let's go ahead and rip a couple holes here. Let's actually do something productive. Around standard. Well, this needs to be like a waiting room. There we go. Let's see. Maybe some chairs this way. And some chairs along this line. There we go. And of course, we're gonna don't reboot. I hit Y instead of T. On T. 2. There we go. And maybe gray standard versus gray basic. Backlock here. Area for all the magazines. Okay. Oh, the old National Geographics and TV magazine and all that jazz. Waiting room for guests or whatnot, or I don't know. You need a waiting room in a med bay. I don't like the way that doesn't give clearance. Let's rip that couch out. Now, yeah, let's do something like this. Always be experimenting. If you don't like it, rip it out. Worst happen. You have to put it back. Yes, I like this better. This now there's a path. Actually, I like the aesthetic of the first better, but I like the functionality of this one better. Okay. Well, there's always a TV. There's always a couple TVs in here. These waiting rooms. They're like suspended from the ceiling. And they're on like the news or something. Or some old movie channel or something like that. Or the Olympics. Last time I watched the Olympics, it was in a waiting room. And it's never in a place that's wonderfully convenient for everyone. So there we go. Alright, so let's rip that out and stick a pipe there. And then, where is... There. No, there can never be a mass rail enhancer far from my position. So just in case, for whatever reason, you So look up in there. You see a mass rail enhancer. Oh, right. Hey, I think I like that. And then waiting rooms done this way, doctors, surgeries, and whatnot done this way. We'll probably put a door here. We'll put a door here and here, and maybe controls for reception here. Let's see. 5. There we go. And it'll be the door controls for those as well. All right. Anywho, I have been JW608. This has been StarMade, and I'll probably work on this over the weekend, and I will see you when I see you. Have fun.